Broadheads, what you're trying to achieve is all the sharpening on one side. You want to take it all the way through, and you'll see the double bevel on the opposite side being reduced as you're sharpening it up on the opposite side. And then you want to rotate it and do the other side the same way. And you also want to consider which way your fletching is spinning the broadhead, and you want to do your single bevel in the same manner where it'll rotate just like your fletching, so no momentum of rotational momentum is lost. When it hits, the single bevel will be twisting the same way as the fletching is. And the way you figure this out, it always rotates away from where you're beveling, away from the bevel. It goes toward the flat side, the side that don't have any bevel. Look at this. This one right here is an example. This plywood, it would rotate clockwise because it's going to hit. Pressure's going to be on this part right here. When it hits, it's going to push it away, and it's going to rotate clockwise. And that's the way my fletching is. So I'm just used to laying it down on this sander, having it turned at about 30 degrees into it, and taking the material off, rotating it around, doing the same thing on the other side. And the more you do it, the more this tip will grind down, and more the painted part of your broadhead, which Simmons are painted, it'll come toward the tip as you're grinding it. And it'll kind of be a little offset too. It's not going to be perfectly straight. And one thing about this, they're not going to spin. You're not going to be able to spin them on something, like a tabletop or something to check for broadhead straightness. You'll have to put it on one of those things that's got two wheels and spin it. It's easy to tell that way, but this flat point is not going to spin. It's just not, that's one thing that's going to take away. If that's the way you've been checking your alignment and your broadhead, you have to come up with a different way. Like I said, just hold it like that, flip it over, and hold it like that. You'll start seeing the tip get square, and you'll start seeing the painted portion, if your broadhead's got a painted portion, start working towards the left corner of the chisel tip on each side. And that's the way you kind of keep it even, the amount you're sharpening. You don't want to look at that. And it's okay not to go all the way to start with. I've already got a chisel tip. I've already got some bone busting power there, even though I hadn't gone all the way to a single bevel. This is still a little bit of a double bevel, but I'm starting to make it more of a single bevel than it was to begin with. It won't be completely a single bevel until this black part reaches the tip. Like I said, I've still got a good sharp square tip, and a whole lot less likely to bust. Anyway, well, that's my next level tip. Turkey Bowmaster out.